Hello, health warriors. Did you know that your liver is one of the hardest working organs in your body? It performs hundreds of essential tasks, from detoxifying the body to producing bile for digestion and regulating your blood sugar levels. But there is something most people don't know. The foods we eat can either help or harm our liver's ability to perform these important functions. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 foods that are toxic for your liver. These foods might be doing more damage than you realize and can contribute to fatty liver disease, cirrhosis, and even liver cancer if consumed regularly. We'll go through why each of these foods harms your liver and what you can do to avoid them and make healthier choices for your liver's long-term health. If you care about protecting your liver and improving your overall well-being, then keep watching. Trust me, you'll want to know what foods to avoid to keep your liver functioning at its best. Let's dive in. Part 1. Why liver health matters. Before we dive into the foods that can harm your liver, let's first understand why liver health is so critical. Your liver is a super organ that is responsible for many key functions, including detoxifying the blood by filtering out toxins and waste products, storing glucose in the form of glycogen to provide energy when needed, producing bile, which helps with the digestion of fats and absorption of vitamins, metabolizing fats, proteins, and carbohydrates to provide energy and essential building blocks for the body, storing important vitamins and minerals like vitamin A, iron, and copper. When the liver becomes overwhelmed by toxins or damaged by unhealthy food choices, it can lead to serious problems like fatty liver disease, cirrhosis, and even liver cancer. Maintaining liver health is essential for overall well-being, and it starts with making better food choices. Part 2. The top 5 foods that are toxic for your liver. 1. Alcohol, the silent liver destroyer. Why it's harmful. Alcohol is arguably the most well-known culprit when it comes to liver damage. The liver is responsible for processing alcohol and breaking it down, but excessive alcohol consumption can overwhelm its capacity to detoxify the body. Chronic alcohol consumption is the leading cause of fatty liver, alcoholic cirrhosis, and liver failure. How it harms the liver. When alcohol is consumed in large amounts, it turns into acetaldehyde, a toxic substance that can damage liver cells and tissues. Alcoholic fatty liver disease, also known as alcoholic steatosis, occurs when fat builds up in the liver as a result of heavy drinking. Over time, this fat accumulation can lead to liver inflammation and eventually cirrhosis. Even moderate alcohol consumption can strain the liver and lead to oxidative stress, increasing the risk of liver damage. How to reduce the harm. If you choose to drink, limit your alcohol intake to 1 drink per day for women and 2 drinks per day for men. It is best to take breaks from drinking and allow your liver to recover from any strain caused by alcohol. 2. Sugary foods and beverages. The sugar overload. Why it's harmful. Refined sugar is one of the worst offenders when it comes to liver health. Foods high in added sugars, such as sodas, candies, cakes, and processed snacks, contribute to the development of fatty liver disease. Fructose, a type of sugar found in many processed foods and sweetened beverages, is metabolized directly by the liver. When consumed in excess, fructose turns into fat, which can build up in the liver. How it harms the liver. Excess sugar, especially fructose, causes the liver to store more fat. This can lead to the development of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and AFLD, a condition where fat accumulates in the liver without alcohol consumption. Over time, this fat buildup can lead to insulin resistance, inflammation, and an increased risk of liver fibrosis, scarring of the liver tissue. How to reduce the harm. Cut back on sugary beverages like sodas, energy drinks, and sweetened fruit juices. Instead, opt for water, unsweetened herbal teas, or sparkling water. Choose whole fruits over sugary snacks as they contain fiber and nutrients that help support liver function. 3. Processed foods packed with harmful additives. Why it's harmful. Processed foods like fast food, frozen dinners, and snack cakes are loaded with refined sugars, unhealthy fats, preservatives, and artificial additives that are hard on your liver. Many of these foods contain trans fats, which are known to contribute to the development of fatty liver and insulin resistance. How it harms the liver. The trans fats and sugars in processed foods can promote the accumulation of fat in the liver, leading to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and AFLD. The preservatives and additives in processed foods can also put additional stress on the liver, preventing it from detoxifying properly and causing toxic buildup in the body. How to reduce the harm. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Meal prep at home to avoid the hidden additives found in fast food and packaged snacks. 4. Red meat high in saturated fats. Why it's harmful. Red meat, especially processed meats like bacon, sausages, and hot dogs, is high in saturated fats and cholesterol. These types of fats contribute to fatty liver and increase the liver's workload, making it harder for the organ to function optimally. How it harms the liver. Saturated fats in red meat promote fat accumulation in the liver, contributing to fatty liver disease and insulin resistance. Processed meats are often high in sodium and preservatives, which can further stress the liver and increase the risk of liver damage. How to reduce the harm. Limit red meat consumption, especially processed meats. Opt for lean proteins like chicken, turkey, or plant-based proteins like tofu and beans. Choose fish or vegetarian protein sources that are high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are beneficial for liver health. 5. Salt and sodium overloading your liver. Why it's harmful. Excess salt and sodium can increase your blood pressure and contribute to fluid retention, putting extra strain on the liver. Too much salt also disrupts your body's electrolyte balance, which can negatively affect liver function and lead to fatty liver disease. How it harms the liver. High sodium levels can cause liver fibrosis, scarring, and increase the risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and AFLD. Excessive salt intake can also cause fluid retention, making it harder for the liver to process waste and leading to liver damage. How to reduce the harm. Reduce sodium intake by limiting processed foods and fast food, which are often high in salt. Use herbs and spices to flavor your meals instead of adding extra salt. Part 3. How to protect your liver. Now that we know the top 5 toxic foods for the liver, here's how you can make smarter choices to protect your liver and maintain liver health. Drink alcohol in moderation and take breaks to allow your liver to recover. Cut back on sugar and choose whole fruits instead of sugary drinks and snacks. Avoid processed foods and focus on fresh, whole foods that support liver health. Limit your red meat intake and choose plant-based proteins or lean meats. Reduce your salt intake and use fresh herbs and spices to flavor your meals. There you have it, the top 5 foods that could be damaging your liver. By making smarter food choices, you can protect your liver from fatty liver disease, cirrhosis, and other liver-related issues. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more health tips. And leave a comment below. Which food will you avoid to protect your liver? We'd love to hear from you.